Tomorrow I start a job that I am not excited to begin. I had quit my last job last year in March of 2025 because the job was overly stressing me out. And I remember I told myself that when I had quit that job, that I would allow myself the time to reestablish myself and reestablish my mind. And my passion to be a content creator was another thing that I said that I would do as well. And what ended up happening is that in the end, did not end up prioritizing it like I said that I would. And so, because I have not prioritized it as much, now I'm stuck in a position that I don't want to be in. And I don't know if anybody can relate to this feeling, but clocking into a job that you do not want to clock in, knowing that you have other dreams and aspirations, is very taxing on the mind, also the soul, also emotionally. And I told myself that I would focus on my actual dreams and my actual passions, and I'm going to put my first thought forward to make sure it becomes a reality. And I didn't end up doing that like I thought that I would. And now I'm sitting here with some form of regret because now, after a relentless job search, I have to sit and clock into a job that I do not care about. But this time around, what I have thought to do to help myself feel better about it all is that I'm going to allow myself to use my job to help fund me, to help create the reality that I actually do want. And I didn't do that before. Allowing the job to work for me, but really working for the job. This time around, the job needs to work for me because there's so many things that I want to do. There's so much life to experience that I can't feel can be experienced by having a 9 to 5. There's only but so many times in the year that I can take time off to go on a vacation or take time off to see my family. Having to sit and wait to accrue PTO just for basic mental health days, it's something that does not align for me. I'm deciding to create at least a 6 month plan. And as late as it is in my life, this is kind of like the first time I have genuinely made a 6 month plan. And within that 6 months, I'm planning to generally work on becoming a full time content creator. Even if I don't hit that mark, the fact that I could, whether it's a quarter or halfway get there, would make me so much happier than where I am now. I'm not going to allow my past decisions to affect my future because there's so much time in the present that can make up for the past. And I've spent a lot, and I mean a lot of time dwindling over the past for no reason. To the point that I was stuck in the past, even though I was in the present. It's rough sometimes. I don't know how many times I've told my parents, especially my dad, I'm like, man, I don't want to work. And then, of course, like, oh, well, you have to work. But it's like, why am I existing just to clock into a job? And then to have such minuscule time to enjoy myself, enjoy my relationships, enjoy my life, explore the world. Why is it so small? I need more than that. I think my goal for this year is to acquire all of those things that I know that I can have. It is a matter of taking things into my own hands and not kind of sitting on my own hands and waiting for somebody to save me. I think that I've done that for a very long time in my life. Not on purpose, but I think being sheltered a lot as a child, that has kind of affected the way that I function as an adult. And I've spent a lot of time waiting for someone to save me, just to be disappointed that I'm not being saved in the manner that I want. And the only way that I can be saved is I save myself. Because at the end of the day, you only have yourself. I think I've spent a lot of my time being paralyzed in my own fear because, as sheltered as I was, I got kind of used to only making choices that appease my parents. And so it's been really hard for me to kind of get out of my own mental trap of like not wanting to do something or waiting for someone to tell me, like, hey, this is what you should do. And I think since it's been so complicated and hard to manage, that it's left me very stagnant in my life. So I haven't really accomplished a lot of goals that I set for myself. Within the past few years, I haven't really been in a career that to some degree has helped me feel fulfilled. I didn't go to school for something I wanted to go to school for. Like, a lot of my choices were really just probably aligned with my people pleasing tendencies, you know? I'm sure if anybody can relate, it's a constant thing of like wanting to make your parents proud. And then in the end, especially as you get older, you start to realize that none of the things that you were doing were helping you be proud for yourself. You know, you can never get time back. You can always get back money. You can always get back your freedom. You can get back your emotions, but you can never get back the time that you lose. And I think I've lost enough time, especially since I'm turning 30 in a couple months. And even that has been like weighing heavily on my mind because I feel like I'm supposed to be at a certain point in my life, but that's not the truth. And I think I'm ready to stop feeling like a victim and to be the hero in my own story, as like funny as that sounds. I think the best steps to take are to reflect a lot on where I'm at in my life and reflect on the choices that I made previously and to make sure I don't make the same mistakes again. And I think as long as I do that, there's no way that you can repeat your past. And I'm kind of excited for what the future holds because I know that my future is very bright. I know that my content career is going to go where I would like it to. I know the financial abundance that I want will come to my life, but a lot of it is just taking such a simple step of like looking in the mirror and allowing yourself to feel like you can achieve your goals without issue. Investing in yourself is just as important because it's a part of investing in your future. And also making a schedule that works around my job rather than trying to have my schedule fall within my job. That's really important. So that way it doesn't feel like your life is revolving around the job, but the job is revolving around your own life. I don't know if you guys may enjoy content like this, but I may think to do more of these. But if it did help you and you did enjoy, I do post videos weekly, and I will see you guys in the next one.